Hello and what's up everybody, Thunderbob here, and I am checking out some new VR games. This is Midway Multiverse 2076. I was gifted this by the developer. This came out not long ago, and I've definitely got an interest in VR. And when I was offered this, I wanted to check it out. I also have a big interest in like old school shoot 'em up and arcade games, and this specifically seems to draw a lot of inspiration from those old school shoot 'em up games. I'm going to jump in and try a couple of games here. It looks like you have a story mode, including in-game dialogue, spectacular view changes, interactive VR puzzles, requires VR controllers. There's an arcade mode, intense and frenetic gaming experience closest to the arcade, compatible with classic controllers and VR controllers. Got an arcade thing down here, which I'll check out. Just look at the settings here. I get everything set to very high. It looks like it's running really smoothly right now. Then I'm going to jump in and see what the story mode's about, maybe do a mission or two. We'll maybe jump into the arcade and see what the difference is. And I want to see what this nostalgia arcade is all about down there. So it looks like it is a linking series of missions here. We're just going to start at the beginning. Dig in the soundtrack. Okay. That is definitely... What? That is so goddamn cool.
What's this? Some kind of simulator?
Affirmative. Before starting the mission, let's go through the basics.
Oh, sure thing. So, what shall it be, soldier?
I don't think I even need this.
Left-handed or right-handed?
I am...
Good. Now let's see if you can destroy at least one of these combat drones.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Novichiva? That was easy, even for a tutorial.
Yeah. Now, let's check your psycho.
It's like Moss.
Use the power sphere to activate the switch.
I feel like I need to back up just a little bit here. How do I... Shooting using the trigger, pilot using your controller stick, while using 3 controls, holding down the grip. Oh, you can hold down the grip and then control it as if it's like a virtual controller. That's really interesting. So like, if I move my hand up or down, the ship kind of follows it. I think I might actually like the stick movement a little bit better, but this might be a little bit faster. Oh, okay, and then you can control your second ship with your right trigger. Not sure. Oh, okay, so you can kind of like, it's tethered to you, but you can separate them out. You can bring it in closer. And then you can move objects. Getting all that money.
Simulation completed. Are you ready to go into real combat and save the multiverse?
Sure.
Bring it on!
Oh, I can destroy ships with my right hand. That's a very clever idea. It reminds me of Moss. I've got a full playthrough of that on the channel. But Moss is basically like a Zelda-style adventure, but you're controlling a little mouse with your stick, but then you interact with the environment with your other hand. And this kind of reminds me... So you got difficulty modes, we'll just do normal.
This is the Allied Team's Resistance Headquarters.
Nazis? In the multiverse? Are you
Nazis in the multiverse.
Ivanovich, this is all your fault. Playing with the space-time continuum has consequences. Your recklessness has caused bills. So far, we've managed to defeat all those versions of Hitler who had achieved the rank of Supreme World Chancellor. Among them, Mariachi Hitler, who I have to say had a beautiful voice.
Okay.
Bat Hitler, yes, a masked vigilante, a great detective, and a true dark knight. But your baby Hitler, who was very... They need your cooperation to fight a version of Hitler who happens to be a huge fan of Stanley Kubrick's science fiction masterpiece 2001: A Space Odyssey. He goes by the name of Hal Hitler.
Oh, well, that's pretty weird, huh?
Alright, the story is pretty funny.
Now, you two get ready
Bat
to
Hitler.
assault Hal Hitler Space Armada. Get
Hal
teleporting
Hitler.
You in 5, 4, 3.
What? already? Oh,
Okay. I'm like kind of impressed with this already. Oh, what? Okay. I thought it was gonna be like in the space right in front of me, like in the tutorial level. But this is like the ships are more or less like flying over your shoulder. It's a little not quite what I was expecting. But how do I use my right?
Looks a lot like the quantum simulation.
Wow, that's really cool the way it like flies out of the screen.
You wish, Ivanovich, you wish. Activating quantum immersion. In 3,
It's like hard to describe. Okay.
very much better.
This is really, really cool. Use the power sphere of your hand to interact. Oh, I can block the lasers with my other hand. I hope that's coming through in the video, okay. Very, very clever.
What the heck does that poster over there mean? None of your business. Focus on the mission.
I feel like my brain is having trouble wrapping around, like, physically being able to interact with the environment while also controlling the ship. But it's like staring at like a diorama. That's one of the things I really liked about the mouse game. So it very much feels like that. I wonder if they were inspired by that game. It's a little further out there. So I can just like use this to block incoming shots. I played a couple of shoot 'em up style games, like space shooting type games in VR, and this is maybe one of the most clever. Like it feels like those old school games, but at the same time it feels fresh and kind of unique.
Accessing the space station's core. I'm sending you the coordinates. Stay alert. Here we go, soldier. Just like in the old days. Hee-hee.
Oh, I'm flying this. Oh god, I'm gonna crash. Okay. The problem is though. Alright, there we go. That is so goddamn cool. It's a little hard. I don't know if it's because I need to recenter maybe. It's hard to pull back because it's like I'm hitting my chest. Am I just too fat? Let's try to back up here just a little bit.
Phew. At least we're still in one piece.
Oh, I beat it somehow? Oh, I can get those with this hand. Duh.
Oh, look at those flying rocks. They great progress with anti-gravity.
It does remind me a whole lot of that Moss. From like using your other hand to interact with the environment to...
Alright, listen up. You must take a detour through the asteroid surface. Clean the area of enemy ships.
Okay.
You know what they brought us here for, soldier. Let's take care of business. Oh dear. I sound just
Let's try
like a
expert.
space pilot. This is so exciting.
Oh, I get a speed stick? I didn't even see that. I'm gonna try to like... Okay, I raised it up a little bit by like physically... Let's see. So they got like space combat sections. That is totally the Star Wars sound, isn't it? Man, this game does a lot. Like, I was not oh, I'm gonna hit that. I just went through the... Okay. This section, though, I feel like I'm having trouble with the controls just a little bit. Like, I can't pull back far enough. Maybe I'm going off the rails.
That was so close. For a second there, I thought we weren't going to live to tell the tale.
The way it keeps changing perspective is like, it's really cool, but at the same time I'm like slightly thrown off by it. Like in this section I still have my shield thing, and instead it's just kind of like floating out in space.
There it is. The deadliest chess player in the entire multiverse.
Heil Hitler.
Hitler itself. Don't let its colossal size intimidate you.
Well, it actually is a little scary, you know?
Alright, so it's got weak points.
In the eye! You have to shoot him in the eye! No, and be careful with that laser.
Oh.
That's it! He shows no mercy for those hibernating astronauts, so let's show no mercy either.
You really don't get a lot of control over the arc of the shots. Yeah, like, you gotta go a lot higher than it looks like you should have to. How Hitler going down. I killed Heil Hitler.
Yeehaw!
I am like kind of impressed. Oh.
Hey, what's this? some kind of simulator? Affirmative. Before starting the mission, let's go through the basics. Good. Now let's see if you can destroy at least one of these combat drones. Consider it done, Dr. Novichiva. That was easy, even for a tutorial.
Shoot using the... It looks like the controls are the same. Oh, I think... So you don't use your other hand. In this mode, it looks like you've got kind of like this thing strapped to you. Maybe that this mode is for people that don't have motion controls. Like as a way to let them keep playing.
Simulation completed. Are you ready to go into real combat and save the multiverse? Yes, sir. Bring it on.
So you control that second ship with your right analog stick. Yeah, so it looks like it's the same levels. It looks like arcade mode is just a different control mechanic. That's kind of interesting they did that. And it seems like it's probably for the people playing with like Xbox controllers. Yeah, it looks like it's the same thing, except you don't have those motion controls where you're using your left stick to like interact with the environment. Okay, I mean, it's cool that they added that. I would probably play the traditional mode. It also seemed to cut out the story, like you didn't get the funny Hitler stuff. Never that I would say that. I still love how the ships physically come out of the 3D space. That's a really clever mechanic. And then boom, you're in, like, look, I can turn around. Yeah, I'm not gonna play through this again. So now, okay, so before I couldn't really deal with these things, but now you got your shield to do so. All right. I like that the health bar is like built into the enemy. You can see how much health they have left. Yeah, so this is another mode. I would probably play the story mode as I'm using motion controls. Yeah, so it's a different mechanic. Instead of like grabbing the block and putting it there, you just shoot it. Alright, I'm just gonna back out. I want to go see what that arcade thing at the bottom there was. I think it's just demos for some of their other releases. Ooh, I'm getting some... Okay. Beat Blaster. Oh, they did Operation Warcade. Okay. That had a very similar mechanic to this game, to 2076. Hangman. I'm not familiar with that. It looks like Back to Midway. Oh, I've played that too. Okay, I've played a couple of their games, I think. That's very much like a Midway classic shooter. Touring car, so they got like a Mario Kart. That's kind of a cool, like, little, hey, check out our other games. Like, if I just click this. Okay, so it takes you to buy it. It's not. That's a little less impressive. Yeah, there's a free demo. So I bet if I download this, like, maybe it'll launch directly into the game. How do I close the... You seen that on the screen? I don't even know. Yeah, you can see that. What would be really cool is if you could, you know, go to one of these games and say play it, and if they had like, you know, a small demo, but I guess that would waste space. I think I played the demo for this one and it made me sick, which very rarely happens. And looks like they got a first-person shooter. Yeah, I mean, this is mostly advertisement. But it's a cool concept, like having... And that this takes you back to the 2076 that we're playing. Okay. I mean, I'm enjoying it, definitely. I love shoot 'em up, so that might be maybe one of the reasons why I'm like so attracted to it.
That
Enough celebration. Hal Hitler was the least of our concerns. There is a new enemy we must face. An alternative version of Hitler whose ambition and madness are only matched by his obsession with cloning living creatures.
perhaps he just felt lonely and wanted a few friends to play with.
That chain of thought is as ludicrous as your haircut, Ivanovich. Behold, Dolly Hitler. Believe it or not, this evil cyborg is the result of a genetic...
Fascinating. Which leads me to ask, do electric sheep dream of being space-time dictators?
Indeed.
Nice Blade Runner reference.
Interesting philosophical question which we won't deal with right now. Get ready for teleportation into...
It's got like a more clever script than I would expect from this type of game. Like, obviously it's not deep, but it's funny. Want to make sure I didn't lose the picture there. Okay. I think the most impressive thing is how they married the shoot 'em up mechanics, but made it where the VR actually is like not a hindrance, but kind of like adds some depth and layers to it. Like I am in the space. Like you can see the little village in the background. You got depth to it. Is that the Tyrell Corporation from Blade Runner? It totally is. I hope every level is just a different sci-fi callback. Oh. Oh, I gotta press the button. Okay.
Twin planes.
You got the flying vehicles. Yeah, there's definitely a Blade Runner callback.
That must be Dolly Hitler. I can see the madness in her eyes.
Yeah, I think I'll probably end it momentarily. I want this just to be like a short, like, you know, what you can expect from the game. Ah!
Squad of enemy ships is trying to escape. Don't let them get away. Remember, do not open fire on civilian ships. Copy that. We have the situation under control.
Let's try
We
normal.
do have the situation under control, right?
I think my problem is I can't, maybe I can't go as far as I think. I think this is probably the weakest part. Like, I know it's cool that they included, like, where you can actually get in the cockpit and fly it, but it feels the least, like, developed. And the controls, it's just a little unwieldy. And there's such short segments, I don't actually know, like, did I succeed there?
That you knew what you were doing because
Oh,
I have no idea what you just did.
yeah, me neither. Okay, so that, open that. And then this raises it. I'm having trouble, like, keeping it held in. Why is it not raising up? Okay, I opened that one. I need to clear out of the way, maybe? It's almost acting like it's not open. Oh, I gotta lower, okay. Raise. Can I get up there now? No. I'm not very sure what I'm supposed to do here. Yeah, that's a little awkward. I feel like the concept is great, but it's a little rough around the edges. And I can see that I've played a couple of the developers' games, and like Operation Warcade, another really cool concept that feels just a little janky. And then their Midway was in 1976 is kind of the same way, where it feels just in concept it's really cool, but there's just a little bit of jankiness. But like, I applaud them for going for it. Like, okay, I'm not in love with this. It's not very clear, I think, always what you're supposed to be doing. Don't shoot my ship. Maybe I'm too far forward. Yeah, that's a little bit better, because I couldn't really see those buttons.
Establishing alternative route. I'm sending you the coordinates.
I'm getting some stuttering when it changes from mode to mode. See, I'm like, am I just supposed to speed through this area? And like, you kind of clip through things without taking much damage. It's cool that it's added in, but I feel like I don't really know. Destroy the mini boss and complete this immersion zone in less than 21 seconds. So there is a goal there, and I think I was supposed to destroy that ship, but it's just not super clear. Maybe on playing through it again, it would make more sense. I feel like also my positioning, like I have to change it a little bit when I go into the cockpit, and I have to like reset it when I leave again. Yeah, but overall, it's, I think, a very, very cool idea. I would love
You're getting close to Dolly Hitler.
boss Dolly Hitler. I love the theme of like a multiversal Hitler at the end of every level. It's ridiculous and cool and dumb at the same time. I've never fought a sheep Hitler. How do I load 2 missiles using the power sphere? Oh, okay.
Great. Now, watch out for the traffic and remember to shoot before the cyber ship goes bananas.
Don't make me start over.
Finally, you're getting close to Dolly Hitler. Remember to use the atomic missiles to eliminate this cloning cybernetic abomination. Go to missile screen. Don't let that sheep be you. Just kidding.
I think this is best played seated. Like, I don't think this is a game that you benefit at all from standing. I don't think you could even play it necessarily. Okay, this part, there's like too much traffic. How do you... Okay, we're going. Because you're like at an angle, it makes it very, very hard because you got to look that way to see the oncoming traffic, but your ship is here. It feels a little awkward. See, okay. And maybe if I'm like... Does that make sense? Like, it's hard to see... Oh, I only got one missile and I whiffed it. It's hard to see what plane they're on too sometimes. Oh, I can do 3. Didn't realize that. Some of these aren't even on the same level as me, so they're not going to hit me, but it's hard to tell. Oh god. Over. Ah. Sheep Hitler killed me. I think I might end it here. I'm really kind of enamored with it. Like, it's such a ridiculous thing. From the story to the gameplay, the way it shifts between different perspectives and everything. And it's not an expensive game. I think this was $19.99. Less than that, maybe it was $14.99. But not very expensive, especially for, you get a ton of missions here. You get, looks like online leaderboards. You get ship upgrades, 2 different gameplay modes. Overall, pretty cool package. I'll probably spend some more time with it. I'm almost done with Dying Light 2, and I've got a couple of VR games I'm checking out tonight, but I think I'll spend some more time on this, and if I do end up beating it, maybe I'll do a review down the road and let you know my final thoughts on it. But if you're into shoot-'em-ups, I think I could recommend this at the moment. It's definitely scratching that itch, and that is definitely a genre that I very much like. We've got a couple videos on the channel of other shoot-'em-ups I played through, so yeah. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe, and thank you again for watching. Have a good night, everyone.